Honorable Speaker, thank you very much for giving me an opportunity to participate in the debate of electoral reforms, which is one of the most important, crucial for our democracy. I would like to quote the words of architect of the Constitution, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. I am quoting. The House will realize that franchise is the most fundamental things in a democracy. No person who is entitled to be brought into the electoral rolls on the ground, which we have already mentioned in our Constitution, namely an adult of 21 years of age, should be excluded merely as a result of prejudice of a local government or the whim of an officer. That would cut at the very root of democratic government.
एक मिनट प्लीज माननीय सदस्य प्लीज माननीय सदस्य.
Thank you, sir. This historic words from Dr. B.R. Ambedkar was on June 15, 1949, when Article 289 was introduced. Were not just a warning. They were a constitutional prophecy, sir. For decades since the first general election of 1951-52, the Election Commission commanded full trust among the entire nation. But unfortunately today, sir, that sanctity has been completely compromised. The idea of an impartial electoral umpire has been replaced now. It now openly collapses under political pressure and becoming a partisan, sir.
Shame.
The right to vote is not a mercy from the government, sir. It is a fundamental principle of democracy. Every citizen above 18 is guaranteed his right. As the Honorable Leader of Opposition yesterday pointed out, vote chori is the anti-national act. Yes. Unfortunately, instead of preventing this anti-national act, our Election Commission has been enabling it. Sir, I am bringing it to your notice before the general election 2024. Sir, our party, Indian National Congress Party, having much resources in our kitty. We are a poor party, sir, in this country, not like BJP. Just before the general election, what happened, sir? Our entire account had been frozen. What was the reason? Delaying of income tax return for 2 weeks. Can you imagine in a democratic world, a political party's account had been frozen due to the delaying of 2-week income tax return? That too just before the general election. This was the attitude. Election Commission, we filed a petition to Election Commission. They didn't intervene at all. You can see that entire country, whenever an election is going to be announced, income tax will be very active, CBI will be active, and ED will be active. Raid after raid, every day raid against the opposition. This is not happening to the BJP people. They are completely free. Therefore, this as I am bringing in these two occasions, sir. Sir, we had been reading the deliberation and discussion happened in the Constitutional Assembly on the issue of Election Commission. That point itself, the question was arised. Sir, since 1950, I already told Election Commission commands the trust of the entire nation. There was no serious allegation against Election Commission at all. But the recent years, multiple petitions went to Supreme Court of India That point of time, Supreme Court constitutional bench under Justice K.M. Joseph, constitutional bench given a verdict for till the law enact, there should be a mechanism including Prime Minister, LOP of Lok Sabha and the Supreme Court Chief Justice of India. Sir, this was the Anup Benwal judgment, Justice K.M. Joseph bench rule. Until Parliament legislated, the CEC and EC must be appointed by a committee comprising the Prime Minister, LOP and the Chief Justice of India. The goal was very simple, sir. Intention of the Supreme Court is very simple. There should be an impartial umpire who can do fair and free election for the Election Commission of India. This was the intention of the Supreme Court. Nobody can question that intention of the Supreme Court. Yesterday, Honorable Minister told that we made a law because of Supreme Court directed us. Whenever you are making a law, at least you should apply the mindset. What was the intention of that Supreme Court verdict? Supreme Court verdict is very clear. There should be an impartial umpire for conducting elections. But you didn't want to be Supreme Court Chief Justice of India in that committee. Therefore, immediately after the Supreme Court judgment, you enacted that judgment, removing the Chief Justice from that committee. Yes. Therefore, your intention is very clear. Your intention is very clear. You are very much scared of putting Chief Justice of India in that committee. Yes. Chief Justice is not our man. Chief Justice is going to be a neutral man. Now, sir, let me complete, brother. Sir, after that, yesterday, Honorable LOP told about it.
point of order.
Sir, yesterday, Honorable.
ऑटोमेटिक ऑन हो जाती है सर, आपसे भी पूछते रहिए सर। क्या पॉइंट ऑफ ऑर्डर है? क्या पॉइंट ऑफ ऑर्डर है? क्या पॉइंट ऑफ ऑर्डर है? क्या पॉइंट ऑफ ऑर्डर है?
Sir, yesterday, this was one instance. Honorable Law Minister has to answer. You didn't answer the question of LOP yesterday. You have done so many tamashas, but you didn't answer the real questions put by LOP and other opposition leaders. What was the reason? What was the reason for making a law to give immunity to the Election Commission of India?
Yes.
No. What was the what? You didn't answer it. You can verify. The real question of this country is that till 2023, so many election commission was there. Brave, neutral, dynamic election commissions were there. Nobody got this immunity. Nobody asked this immunity.
Yes.
Why this demand of immunity for the election commission came now, 2023? No. There is an answer, Minister. Because of the guilty conscience of the election commission and the government. You know that you are violating the basic principle of democracy. Sir, okay, sir. Yeah, sorry. You are violating the basic principle of democracy. You are completely trying to destroy the democracy. That is why now election commission needs this immunity. This is impunity for the crime, sir. Yes. This is going to be a lifetime washing machine procedure. Basically, this immunity is going to be an impunity for crime.
Yes.
Again, I am repeating, this is the all-time washing machine.
Get out of jail card.
Sir.
Stay out of jail card.
Sir, I think whenever Parliament is enacting a law, we are all here because of this democratic vote. We are all here because of the vote. whenever we are enacting a law regarding the basic fundamental principles of democracy, you are doing actually murder of democracy through this legislation. That was happened in 2023. Sir, after this 23 got immunity, then election commission selection process now become Prime Minister, Home Minister. Now, what was I saw in my childhood itself, sir, I am witnessing the conduct of election commissions, their actions, sir. During the election time, there should be a level playing field for all political parties. That was the general principle. That is why the election commissions of India, many point of time, strongly came forward to protect the neutrality of the commission. Now, you can see that in your state, sir, in your state, 2024, Banswara, Rajasthan, our Honorable Prime Minister spoken about. The Congress manifesto is saying that they will calculate the gold of the mothers and sisters, get information about it, and then distribute it. Brothers and sisters, these urban Naxals thought will not let even your Mangal Sutra escape. They will go this far. This was the Prime Minister's speech in Banswara 2024. Sir, my point is that.
एक मिनट ऐसे नहीं करते हैं फिर एक मिनट माननीय सदस्य, मैं आपसे आग्रह कर रहा हूं कि एक मिनट प्लीज, एक मिनट माननीय सदस्यगण, मैं इतना सा आग्रह करता हूं कि हम बाहर के स्टेटमेंटों पे जाएंगे ना तो दोनों तरफ से बहुत स्टेटमेंट बाजी होगी, इसलिए अपन जो बोल रहे हैं आप कंक्रीट बात बोले। हाँ, कई लोग आम सभाओं में बोलते हैं ये सदन है, सदन आम सभाओं में अंतर होता है चीजों। माइक चालू है एकदम।
Sir, this is a discussion of electoral reforms. When we discussing up the electoral reforms, we need to point it out all these issues, sir. Sir, when we complained about this code of conduct violation by the Prime Minister, Election Commission, what they have done, sir, they have forwarded our letter to JP Nadda ji, BJP President. This was the Election Commission. Accordingly, I am directed to forward a copy of the representation dated 21/4/2024 made by Indian National Congress, representation dated 23/4/24 made by the Communist Party of India, and representation dated 21/24 to the BJP National President. Sir, Prime Minister spoke all these things. The same day, one manipulated complaint came against Rahul Gandhi. Yes. That also given to. My point is, sir, that where was the neutral umpire? Yes. This was my question, sir. Why I am talking all these things? Where was the neutral umpire, sir? Sir, this is very, very disturbing, sir. Sir, election time, every political party will promise some schemes, some benefits to voters. Quite natural, through manifesto, or the government also can do schemes, no problem. But just before the election, one day before the election, putting money into the bank account of the voters and telling the voters in the polling booth that this will not repeat if you are not voted for BJP, is it not a violation, sir? Is it not a violation? Sir, this is what happening, sir. This is what happened in Bihar also. My Bihar friends know that. In polling booth, what happened in Bihar, everybody know that. Sir, this is very much unfortunate, sir. Sir, now I am coming to SIR, sir. Yesterday, Honorable Minister spoke about SIR. This is not new things. In your term was also SIR was there. My term SIR copy is with me. 2004, this is the order of that Election Commission of India, 2004. 6-month procedure. That too not before the election. They deferred the SIR of Arunachal Pradesh and Maharashtra due to the election. Maharashtra and the Arunachal Pradesh was going for election. That point of time, Election Commission deferred the process of intensive revision of that Maharashtra and Meghalaya, Arunachal Pradesh. Now what you are doing? Just before Bihar election, 2 months before election, you started SIR. Now Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Assam, Pondicherry, Bengal, all state going for election. Just before the election, you started SIR. That too, total procedure, earlier procedure was 6 months. Now it was 2 months point something. After Supreme Court intervention, some extension happened. What was the intention, sir? I don't know. JP Naddaji is not here. I don't know. In Bihar, some strange thing is happening, sir. In Bihar experience, sir, some estimate put the total deletion is 65 lakh SIR. This is the single largest deletion of voters in one stroke since independence. The worst is was marginalized communities. At the same time, as per the independent survey, 1.5 lakh, yesterday LOP told about that. Genuine voters were related. I am also one of the petitioners in the Supreme Court for my party, sir. The case is still going on. That way, only because of the Supreme Court intervention, Aadhaar card, ration card, land records of old NRC, style question, enter electoral votes, the danger is not hypothetical. It is existential, sir. Our concern is, sir, for example, not for Congress Party, former election commissioner, I can quote what Ashok Lavasa cautioned that Election Commission of India through such an SIR is undermining public trust. He described this exercise in Bihar as unprecedented in the ECI history. He warned that its methodology will set troubling precedents if expanded nationwide. Former CEC S.Y. Qureshi described the Bihar experience as an epic exclusion. Sir, Hindu has done a little bit study of a national newspaper, and they focused on the 65 lakh voter deleted from the draft electoral roll. They came out with some interesting data. That is why I am searching for our Honorable Health Minister, BJP President Naddaji was here or not. Because of Bihar, sir, what happened? 80 assembly parts showed an unusually high proportion of young deaths. In these areas, more than half of the deceased voters were under the age of 50. For example, at one polling station in Bhagalpur, 50 out of 58 total deaths were of individual under 50. Sir, one polling station, 58 names deleted due to death. After that 58 deaths, 50 people are under 50 years. That is a very serious concern, sir. If the government of India has to have a concern of young death, they have also 58 people dying in a booth. After 58, all 50 people are below 50 means, what is the health ministry is doing, sir? This is a clear-cut example of SIR misuse. I am very worried about all these things, sir. There's this hurried SIR. What happened in my state, sir? One poor employee was a BLO in northern Kerala, Kannur district. He suicide, sir. In your state, how many people suicide, sir? In your states, BLOs. Sir, who will reply the family of the deceased person, sir? Because of this hurried experiment, hurried exercise, entire BLO got so much pressures and they are not in a position to overcome this pressure. That is why they committed suicide. Lot many valuable life had been spoiled. So my question, when all the learned members are here, we all know about the Election Commission's procedure. Whenever an electoral reforms is happening, they will consult with the stakeholders. Who are the stakeholders in this election process? Are mainly political parties. So whenever you are going for a reform in elections, usually Election Commission will consult with the political parties and take a common view about how to move forward. In Kerala, sir, entire state assembly, unanimously, state assembly, all political parties, except BJP, sir, they unanimously passed the resolution because local body election is going on. The calendar of SIR is completely same with the local body elections dates. Therefore, Assembly unanimously passed the resolution and sent it to Election Commission and Government of India that at least you postpone this procedure. Then, what happened? Not only that, chief electoral officer of the state, the officer of the Election Commission in the state, he also told that it is very difficult now to this SIR, better to postpone SIR. All the political party, Chief Minister convened a political conference of political party, all political party except BJP demanded this. For whom, sir, political party didn't want now, electoral officer didn't want now, sir, for whom Election Commission of India is acting.
Yes.
Basically, my question is that Election Commission of India role in these things is not neutral at all. This is what I want to say, sir, but before, I think now, after the intervention of the Supreme Court, now they are postponing. Is that the way, sir? Without judicial intervention, Election Commission has to do all these things. But instead of doing all neutral actions, they are completely doing partisan actions. That is why we are very much worried. Sir, we have put forward 3-4 questions. Yesterday, Honorable LOP emphasized 3-4 major issues. Sir, what are the issues? Why no mission-readable voter list?
Yes.
We are discussing the electoral reforms, sir. We are discussing the electoral reforms. Our question, entire nation question, in this current date, we are talking about digital India.
Jam.
Therefore, in this digital India era, why not machine-readable voter list? The question, very simple. Number 2, why you have given a clean chit to destroy video CCTV evidence, CCTV evidence? That also there is a history. After Punjab, Haryana court as instructed, after the Haryana election, the court instructed the Election Commission to provide all these facts, then including 17C form. Immediately after that, they come with a order, Election Commission of India, to overcome that High Court order.
Guilty.
Earlier, they have done for the process of selecting the Election Commission. Then why they are permitting this fraudulent list? Sir, why the Election Commission is acting as an agent of ruling party? These things has to be addressed. India is a democratic country. Yesterday we discussed about that. Sir, the diversity of the country, our country is great, sir. How many languages, sir? How many religions, sir? How many castes, sir? The connecting bond is the democratic process of this country. You are completely destroying that democratic process. It will going to harm the diversity and unity of this country. You are in a different terrain. Now, sir, when British was ruling our country, Britishers thought that they can rule India so many years, forever, by using their gun and wealth. But that colonial rule stopped by the millions of people of India. They went to jail. So many people sacrificed their life. Now BJP talking about the Vande Bhataram or okay, but they didn't have any role in the freedom struggle at all. But that point of time, our forefathers fight for freedom. Our forefathers fight for freedom. They went to jail, sir. So many people lost their life. But finally, India got freedom. Finally, India got freedom. Britishers ran away from our country, sir. This was the wisdom of our people. This was the courage of our people. This was actually the commitment of our Indian people, sir. Now our Modi ji and Amit Shah ji is thinking that same way, using ED, using CBI, using income tax, and using election commission. They think that they can rule this country forever. They are thinking that they can rule this country forever. But sir, very, very politely, I am reminding the India fought against the British colonial rule. If we can succeed that struggle, you can come with ED, you can come with CBI, you can come with election commission. But finally, everything will be decided by the people of India. There will be a movement in India. There will be a movement in India to save democracy of this country, sir. There will be a movement in India. You don't think that this type of vote chori can be survived forever. This vote chori, we will ensure that this vote chori is not going to come what may. We are not bothered about going for jail. We are not bothering about anything. But we know that you will put us in jail. We know that. You will use all your weapons against us. But even though bravely we are telling that, we will fight it out and we will try to save our democracy in this country, sir. That's what I want to say. So thank you very much, sir.